What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to PlayStation Generation, the podcast that believes in generations. My name is Matt, and I'll be your host for today's events. I'm joined, as always, by the big boss himself, Mr. Court Lalonde. What's up, Court?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm good. Had a great weekend. How about you?
I'm good. I'm tired, as always, but also I got in a bunch of gaming time this weekend, which I can never, ever complain about.
Dude, I probably got a total of maybe an hour to play MLB The Show. And that's about it. Like, I barely had time to play games this weekend. It was weird. It was just one of those, like, you know, I got to go do this. And then I was like trying to do some yard work to get my lawn prepared. And I'm losing time, man. I need time back.
You do need time back, my friend. I hope you find it soon. It's not like you have anything upcoming that may give you a bit of time to, relax on a beach or anything, but we'll see.
Yes, he's alluding to I'm going to Punta Cana on Friday of next week, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's going to be all right,
nice.
Buddy.
It's going to be okay. Joining us once again, of course, is one of the kindest people out here in this whole worldwide winter webs. That was a word salad. We got Bryce with us. What's up, Bryce?
Hey, what's going on, Matt? Good to be here as always. The weekend was good. I on the contrary had a lot of game time.
Did you?
Tell me. And I've just been diving into what I've been diving into, those two titles. We'll get into it in a bit, but yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Oh, and I helped someone move this weekend, and I realized I'm out of shape.
That's true friend status. You help somebody move. That's real. That's a real one.
Yes, sir. It was a good time though. It was a good reminder that I need to get back on that workout routine. Me
and you both, bro. Okay, let's do it together. Okay, we will keep each other in check. We got this.
Accountability. That's
accountability. I will see you next week when we both forget about this. And on this week's show, we have our very first guest here on PlayStation Generation, a PlayStation Playmaker, an incredible YouTube creator, a wonderful soul that I'm very excited to have on, who just has only good games. We have Mr. KOFI himself joining us. What's up, my dude?
Hey. Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure, and it's always like cool to connect with people like locally too, because throughout my whole like YouTube experience, I've been talking to people just around the world, in America and UK, but it's finally like I'm at that point that I actually do appreciate connecting with other Canadian YouTubers and content creators. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
Well, it's awesome to have you on, dude. Before we get into like the normal rigmarole of the show, I wanted to ask you some questions, and I kind of wanted to kick things off by like just asking what brought you to PlayStation? What is it about PlayStation that you enjoy? Because this, of course, is a PlayStation podcast. What about this ecosystem drew you to it, and why have you stayed in it?
This might be crazy to some, but I actually growing up, I was a Nintendo kid. I didn't have a PS1, but I was always at my friend's house, like playing, games. Like I was a super big Dragon Ball fan, so yes. I was playing even the crappy games, Dragon Ball Z Final Bout. I even found enjoyment out of that.
Oh yes, dude. Yeah,
that was garbage. Returning to it like as an adult, I'm like, yo, what was I thinking playing this? This is
hot
horrible.
Trash. It was garbage.
This is so bad. But as a kid, I used to even just have fun with that. So, but I think my journey with PlayStation really started with the PlayStation 2 with like a lot of people as well. And just some of the games. I was really once again big into the anime fighters and stuff like that. So Dragon Ball, Budokai Tenkaichi,
yes,
Budokai 3, big fan of those games. And of course, God of War, I was really big into that. And Metal Gear Solid. I used to also play a lot of my GTA on the PS2 because I think it got it first. From what I remember, I think the GTA games launched on PlayStation 2 first. So I spent a lot of time playing the Grand Theft Auto games on PS2 as well. So I've been part of the PlayStation ecosystem ever since then. But my style is I never really kind of limit myself to a particular platform. I'm always like kind of gamed all over the place. Anything that looks cool, I want to play it. It's kind of like my style.
It's too exhausting trying to just only do things in one place and then get angry when other people don't agree with that your box is the best. So I feel you, man. Well, that's awesome. And then what about your journey in content? If somebody somehow hasn't seen your stuff, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit the content that you do? Just where could people find you, kind of thing?
You if you search up good game KOFI, I'm pretty sure my content would pop up. So how I actually got into content creation, I think one day I just said like, yo, I could do this too. I grew tired of being the viewer. Now I wanted to become the creator. I came to a junction and I made that decision. And I was always in gaming forums. I used to be in the IGN chats.
Wow, let's go.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just wanted to express my passion and my love for gaming, and YouTube was just the best outlet for me to do that at one point. So I've been doing YouTube for maybe 7 years now. Just for fun, for fun, and somehow I got a platform a little bit.
That's amazing, man. Well, kudos to you, because again, your content is consistently incredible. The quality bar is so high, and it's awesome to see. So if you haven't somehow watched KOFI stuff, make sure you go check it out. Before I head to my final question, I just want to see if Court or Rice got anything in the hopper.
I wanted to give a compliment, because on your last couple videos, your production value on how you're doing your shots are so much better, and they actually inspired me to do more. I was saying to Matt a while ago, I was like, I love how you're doing the shots from behind. You're doing something, a different vibe than, because YouTube is evolving on a weekly basis. And I even said to Matt, like, for this review that I'm going to be doing for later this week, I was like, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to throw the script out the window. I'm just going to roll with it and just have a conversation about it. And I feel like your videos are having more of a vibe. They have more of you're getting a lot of information, but it's very mellow and chill. It's more cinematic almost compared to what others are out there. So I just wanted to compliment you on that. And then I wanted to ask you a question, because as someone who follows you on social media, explain to me what the heck is going on between Drake and every other hip hop artist in the world right now. Because as someone else sitting here, absolutely nothing. Because like, as a Canadian, I'm just like, I grew up Biggie, Tupac. I understand that beef, but people would die. Is this beef more like Biggie, Tupac, someone's going to die, or is it more like Simpson kicking and screaming like nothing's going to happen?
Nobody's going to get hurt with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Nobody's going to get hurt.
No.
I think what's going on really is just, there's the term Big Three. It's been going on for the past, let's say, 10 to 12 years right now, because Drake has been, kind of like the top of the rap game for a really, really long time right now. And Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are two other artists that are kind of, they're always grouped up in the same kind of conversation. Like, these are the top dogs of the rap game currently, right? So I think it's just, when we have titans like that, they're eventually going to have to clash, because one is claiming they're the best, the other one's claiming they're the best, so eventually they're gonna have to clash to see who's the really best. And fans of hip-hop, we're always gonna be in the background kind of egging them on, like, yo, nah, go ahead. So I think we finally came to a boiling point, between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. These are two artists that they've worked together in the past, but Kendrick Lamar stood on the island and said, no, I'm gonna be the best MC, right? I'm going to be the best MC, right? So I think he's made a couple of records claiming that, saying, oh, Drake, I'm going to take all your fans and stuff like that. He has like a verse, right? A famous verse called the Control verse, where he's like, Drake, Big Sean, he names his peers. He's like, I want to take all your fans. I want to be the best. So pretty much Drake stopped kind of messing around with Kendrick Lamar after that. And they've been kind of throwing jabs at each other in each other's records for the past decade. So we're finally at a boiling point, and we're just waiting for this exchange to happen. That's what all rap fans are waiting right now for.
I need to ask you to look into your crystal ball and tell me, when is Kendrick finally dropping? Because after push-ups and after the friggin' AI, the
you know what?
Stuff, like, when is he coming?
I don't know per se. I thought this was going to go a totally different way. I thought the way Kendrick raps, I'm thinking, yo, as soon as Drake drops, Kendrick is
ready.
He's ready. That's how I initially thought. But, I'm hearing that he actually has a record out, but who knows why it's not coming out as of right now. But I 100% believe Kendrick Lamar, the artist of his caliber, he's 100% coming with a response, and hopefully Drake is ready to fight back. But he seems ready. He's ready. He's pushing for it to drop. So
I still can't believe that this took up all, like, if you look at the way the music industry, because I even did a little research. I started seeing your tweets and like, what's going on? Like, everybody's, and just for Jake Steinberg, all anybody was talking about was with Taylor Swift in the last
Taylor
couple days.
Swift.
I literally like my daughter, everybody, and then all of a sudden Drake's like, he actually stole from like I didn't even think that was possible. He stole like the algorithm.
Chart.
Like all of a sudden, all I saw was
Yeah.
Drake stuff. I'm like, maybe because I'm in Toronto, but like I found it very interesting how, you know, Beyonce had one week and then Taylor Swift and like even Post Malone's got this new songs and he's like, I ain't dropping nothing around these two women. And then Drake's like, I'm going to do whatever I want. Maybe this is my, you know, on the other side, I truly think this is more a publicity thing and Kendrick Lamar will drop his new album and it'll be huge just because this stuff that's going on with Drake.
Yeah. A lot of it seems like it could be like a rollout for something that's coming. But you know, as
watch
fans,
Drake
we
be
just
on
wanna,
a track for God's sake.
that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. But
That would be crazy.
I think as fans, we just want to see, you know, just for the competitive nature of hip hop, we want to see who's gonna come out on top in terms of this. Battling is just a big part of hip hop in general. So we just want to see what happens. That's all.
So who's your favorite?
You know what? See, like the Canadian in me, I feels like I have to cheer for Drake.
For Drake,
I'm a Drake fan. Like if you look at my
Yeah.
music wrap up year to year, Drake is always on top of the list, right? But I'm such a huge Kendrick fan too. He's like one of the few artists I actually purchase his music. And I feel like it's actually worth spending money instead of streaming it.
Yeah.
So part of me wants look, this is what I really want to happen. I want to see them both go at it. You know, we're gonna have one group say, yo, Drake smoked them. We're gonna have the group that say Kendrick smoked them. But I just want them to hurry up, battle, and a year later piece it up and start making music together. That's what I really want. That's all I want.
It's so funny because I feel like Kendrick's pen game is so strong, but Drake is just so he can get so petty. He can get so petty that it's just watching all this like happen over the last couple of weeks has been some of the most entertaining hip hop in the last while. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Rice, my dude. And in your corner.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So as a creator myself and a small streamer, we all develop processes and kind of templates as to how we prepare our content and push it forward. And I'm sure you know this. It's a multifaceted job, full-time job, really, right? And so what is your process like? Do you have a template? Do you kind of go with the flow, or does that change over time for you, bro? Like your content is so pristine, and again, a compliment from this side as well. Just like the production quality is A1. Man.
I took I went through my phases of content. At first, like I used to do a podcast before I did this current one-on-one podcast that I do with my boy Jay Main. I used to have a show called Press Art Podcast. It was actually pretty good. We're getting really good views every week. But you know, I was going through some personal stuff at the time, and also, you know, I kind of stopped doing that podcast, and I wanted to take my content into a kind of like a different direction. I was always just talking about game news. I used to not really do too much reviews like that, but I always felt like a pressure to drop consistently, drop, and it was putting like kind of like a mental toll on me.
Absolutely,
putting that kind of pressure to like, yo, I feel like it's been a week, it's been 2-3 weeks. I haven't put out a video yet. Like, you know, you just feel that kind of pressure, you know? So, but where I'm at today, with, you know, all that's going on in my life, you know, I recently, just my son is about to turn 1 year old. I became a dad recently and stuff like that. So I kind of taking a whole different approach to content creation and YouTube now. I only make videos that I'm truly passionate about. And I focus strictly on putting out the best video that I can 100% do, like quality over anything. Because from this short span, short time that I've actually like applied that, I've noticed that my channel has grown, even like grown with a few videos, and it just clicked in my brain, like, yo, a couple of videos can really go a long way if you just really make them as best as you can from top to bottom. You know, so I'm taking that kind of approach today versus where I would feel the pressure to put out, maybe just do a stream, maybe just put out some content out there so I can have something on the channel. But I like this approach more too. It's better for my mental health as well.
Hey, kudos to you on Spider-Man 2, by the way. Like you trended on, you were on the homepage for YouTube like that.
Yeah, that one crazy.
That was crazy. Homepage for YouTube. That's impressive.
That's such great advice for creators in general, and it really is tough to not. I mean, we all pay attention to numbers, but when you actually kind of hone in onto like what you love and what you care about, the content really just follows after that. So, and that shows in your content so clearly. So, thanks for answering that.
Amazing. Let's get one last question, and I'm actually going to pull Steve in here because this was the same question I was going to ask out before we round out into news and everything else. But Steve Gvari writes in at Esquvari saying, "Hi, PlayStation Generation, long time, first time, Kofi. Here's one that I'm sure will upset Court." And I'm gonna phrase the rest of his question a little bit differently.
My text message is coming back to haunt me right now.
Are you team The Last of Us 2 or 1?
Ooh. Oh, okay. You know what?
Because this is a heated debate here, and this is one thing we go back.
I don't know what side I'm gonna fall, but I'm sorry. The Last of Us Part 1 is a certified masterpiece from top to bottom. I'm Team Last of Us Part 1. Certified.
Okay. Let's got it back.
So Last of Us Part 2 got the gameplay hands down, and Naughty Dog took it to another level when it comes to that aspect. 100%. I know the story is controversial. I think the story talks about themes and it's themes that it's we don't really see too much in video games, especially executed like that in The Last of Us Part 2. And that game is absolutely incredible. But something about The Last of Us Part 1, the story is not something like crazy original or anything like that. But I think we haven't played a game like that ever before, like in that sense of storytelling. It's absolutely incredible. But the gameplay at Last of Us Part 2, hands down, that is just a better playing game. You know that they went absolutely crazy with the gameplay in that game.
That's the exact same as my take. So I'm sorry, everybody knows. Like for me, now question for you: have you played The Last of Us Part 1 again since your son was born?
No.
Okay.
Actually, have I? No. When did a remake? No, I think he wasn't born yet when the remake came out. Yeah, no.
It's a good question.
Give yourself some time away, play it, and watch how much that part hits so much different, and it's terrible. Like it hurts. It hurts. It like hurts. It's apparent.
Like, waterworks.
Like hard. Like I can't wait for Matt to have to replay 1. Like his daughter's like starts talking words, and then he goes plays this part again. He's like, no, can't do that again.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode because I'm happy that no, but I completely understand it. Court does have a leg to stand on sometimes, and I feel like you did good. That's fine.
That was a great answer.
All right, folks, let's kick off into a little roundup of what we've been playing. Rice, I'm going to throw it to you first. You alluded to a couple games that you were on this weekend. What has been keeping your attention?
Yes, so same as last week, but a little bit more hefty. Dragon's Dogma 2 in 70 hours now. And
damn!
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm going through each vocation and leveling them up individually. And
you're still married.
Hold on, weren't you like 12 hours in last week?
It was like 20 hours last week.
And now you're at 70?
So just I've been sacrificing sleep a little bit. And just as a break from that, to my daily driver is now Destiny 2, going into the final shape, just kind of just polishing up the old trigger fingers there. So we'll see what happens as final shape approaches.
So you're not divorced right now, like you're not filing.
No, see, this is very indicative of how busy my wife's work week has been. So,
okay, fair enough.
You know, I'm an opportunist.
Yeah. Smart man.
Take it where you can get it. So let me ask you this then: is there a vocation that you have now landed on? Is there one that you're like, this is it? I'm going to keep playing with this one.
Yeah, I think honestly it's Archer for me.
Nice.
Mainly because when you're running into the bigger adversaries and encounters, the DPS that you can pull out with an Archer is quite efficient. So that's my main one. I'm going through the Mage and Sorcerer right now, which are cool, just not my favorite.
Nice. Yeah. Kofi, what about you, my dude? What has been keeping your attention lately?
I was playing Persona 5 Royale.
Yes, let's go.
For this is my third playthrough, by the way. So
oh my god, that's even better. Hell yeah. Okay.
This is my
We're
third
back,
playthrough.
baby.
But I was playing Persona 5. I was you know why? Because I just prior to that, I was played Persona 3 Reload, and that was my first time playing Persona 3. And
Okay.
let me tell you something. By the time I got to the end of that game, hardly games make me cry, but I was crying like a baby.
Yes, dude.
It was late at night. My wife was sleeping. No one was around. My wife hasn't seen me cry ever. So it was perfect. It was perfect. It was late at night. I don't know. Something about that ending just touched me. I just tears just started flowing down my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, this story was brilliant.
Dude,
what kind of game is this?
I seriously think between 3, 4, and 5, and I've said this before, but 3 has the best story, 4 has the best cast, and 5 is just the best overall. But like any one of those 3, you cannot go wrong. And Reload was brilliant.
So I played that, and I'm like, damn, like I really, because I love 5. Prior to that, I put 5 on like a crazy pedestal, right? So I'm like, you know what? I need to play Persona 5 again so I can see which one I like better, Persona 3 or Persona 5. And as of right now, I'm still sticking about Persona 3 has the best story. And it kind of pains me to say that because I was like one of those people that just hypes 5 up like crazy. It kind of pains me to say Persona 3 has the better story. But I think 5 still got the cast is comparable. But I think 5 got the better palaces, like the dungeons and stuff like that. You know, it got the gameplay department down in 5 and stuff. So, but I dropped that Persona 5 Royal playthrough. I'm gonna get back to it because I did get an early review code of Stellar Blade, and I've been playing that, which I will have my review out on Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah. 10 a.m.
I've been playing, 10 a.m. Yeah, so I'll be playing that, and I'm very interested to see, you know, the discussion and people's opinions on Stellar Blade once the reviews actually hit. You know, I think it's gonna be we're gonna have people on one side of the fence and others. It's gonna be like a Last of Us Part 2 type of situation. I feel like whether you enjoyed the game or you didn't enjoy the game. So,
interesting.
I'm very curious on people's thoughts too. I rolled credits a few days ago similarly, and it's like it's going to be an interesting discussion.
It is.
I'm stoked to see your review, folks. Make sure you go check out his review Wednesday, 10 a.m. We'll have one here as well. But go watch KOFI's first, just because, you know, support. Court, what about you? You said you played MLB The Show for an hour.
Yes, but it's because I rolled credits on Stellar Blade.
Attaboy.
Yeah. So I have finished it. You know, my review will come out Wednesday, so I have finished that game. That was close. Oh, I suppose that was you almost stumbled through that one. Yes, but I did get to play. I am still addicted to MLB The Show. I don't know what it is about that game. I went to a Blue Jay game last week, and all I was thinking about was like, oh, it'd be so much better just playing this game. I don't know what it is about that game that gets me every year, and I'm a huge hockey guy. Like I got my Boston Bruins just beat the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday night. It was fantastic. Hope for another loss tonight for the Leafs, and it would be great for me. But I don't know what it is about MLB The Show. It's the card collecting. It makes me feel like a kid. That game just, I don't know, it gets me. Like it's got its hooks in me until maybe like, you know, Star Wars Outlaws or something comes out and then bye show. I'll just drop it like it's the Toy Story meme. But
4 months from now, maybe something else will take your attention.
Well,
away.
I don't plan on. I'm going to play Dave the Diver.
Yes, you will.
Like that is definitely now that I've rolled credits on Stellar Blade. My goal was actually to start Dave the Diver tonight. My wife wants to watch some, like, I think the Kardashians, something gotta watch tonight, Housewives or something. So
it's
my
Vanderpump
goal was
here.
Is it Vanderpump?
Yeah,
it's Vanderpump night.
It's probably it. It's Vanderpump.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely that.
Even though the season sucks.
Oh, wow. All right then. So I'm probably going to start Dave the Diver and then go from there. And I'm hoping to possibly get a code for that Prince of Persia Dead Cells game.
Oh yeah, the roguelike.
Play that. Yes. I know it's on Steam, it's not on PlayStation, but I really want to play that game.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Well, I'm excited to keep hearing about MLB The Show until at least August 30th.
I barely spoke about it. I tried to not talk about it. That's why
I know, I'm
trying to have another game to play so that I'm not just constantly telling you I'm playing MLB The Show. Everybody should just assume I'm playing it.
Yeah, it's easier that way. Yeah, for me, like I said, I rolled credits on Stellar Blade. I've been playing a bunch of No Rest for the Wicked, not on PlayStation yet. I'm hoping that it hits consoles with its 1.0, playing it on Steam Deck and on PC. Hard as hell, but it's also gorgeous. From the Ori developers, well worth your time. I'll have a review up on But Why, though, probably by the end of the day today. And then I am also looking forward to Tales of Kinzera this week. The reviews were hitting, I think, this morning. Similarly, the reviews look fantastic. That game looks gorgeous. Hitting PlayStation Plus day one. So I'm probably gonna hop into it this week when it.
I'm gonna be hopping into that too. For God, Jesus Christ.
April was supposed to be relaxing, and all of a sudden, and Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
That's hitting PS5 soon. And
yeah. Matt told me I have to play that too. So I guess I have no life.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've never played it before, so I'm excited to hop in on PS5 when it hits.
Yes.
There's too much. But let's keep this train rolling because we have a bunch of news to talk about this week. And let's stay on the Stellar Blade train for just a minute because I know Court put this in for me. Stellar Blade has collabed with popular K-pop artist BB in a music video featuring live action sequences from the PS5 exclusive game. We got this late last week. BB, of course, is a big K-pop artist. There was already a teaser for this, and now we got a full music video. The song is dope, fits the vibe very, very well. It's awesome, right? Kofi, have you had a chance to listen to this one yet?
You know what? I think I saw it on the timeline, but I haven't actually listened to the full track yet. But you know, Stellar Blade. I don't know if people already know this. The music.
Yeah.
If you have any like if you played the demo, you would know. Like the music, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So if it's the theme, I'm sure the song is great too.
Yeah, this is an awesome track. BB is completely the right pick for this. It's awesome seeing this combo. Rice, thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, I thought that, honestly, I watched it and I was like, this is dope, man. Like more stuff like this is what I really was thinking as I was watching it. And I don't know, I'm all about collab, man. Like anything to build community in and around different artists and different expressions is something that I'm like totally for. So, and plus, like I'm relatively new to K-pop, but like I get it now. Like I really I understand. I understand. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more stuff like this with other video games as well.
Court, I have to ask you this because I think you're the right person to ask this question. Obviously, we had BB collaborate with Stellar Blade. We had Sugar from BTS collaborate with Diablo. What is another K-pop artist that you want to see collab with a different series? Can you give me your dream K-pop game collab? Because I feel like you are 100% the person that I should be asking this question.
All I can think about with K-pop is like Cattell pop music from way back in the day because it's like
what?
Nothing else.
What did you say?
Cattell, it's a CD label that would come out back in the day and would have all these like pop artists on them. It's a thing. I know nothing about K-pop, like zero. I know less. I know who BTS is because Matt doesn't stop talking about them all the time. And then there was another artist he would talk about for all the time.
Which was it?
I honestly can't remember now.
Which was it?
You have an album behind you. It's oh no. Didn't you see them too when you were forget it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm the opposite. I find the camp music annoying, so it is what it is.
That's okay, man. You like what you like, bro.
You like what you like, my dude.
If my daughter gets into it, I'm sure. Like I wasn't a T Swift fan, and I can't stop listening to Taylor Swift in the last little bit. So here we go. It is what it is.
You got broken down.
Her new song, Post Malone, is a good song. I'm sorry, I like it.
Listen, we know your daughter drives your relationship. Anything new 100%. To you is because of her. Respect. We appreciate
and respect that, man. Love that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. For Pokemon fans out there, if you go to GameStop right now and just ask, you can get free Pokemon cards.
That was a wild left turn.
Because you were talking about my daughter. So I was just like, I threw it out. It's like, oh, wait a second. On this weekend, we got free Pokemon cards. If you go to GameStop and ask them, they have these starter pack sets and they give you like, you go get free Pokemon cards. All you got to do is ask for it.
Is it because you came in with masks on and demanded them? Or is this just
No. We were just walking through. My daughter was looking at Pokemon stuffies. And the guy was like, hey, by the way, GameStop's giving away Pokemon cards for the next week. All you got to do is ask. He's like, but we didn't advertise it. I'm like, weird, but okay. So we went to the GameStop closest to our house and then went to another one and got more Pokemon cards.
Well, make sure you go grab your Pokemon cards because that's actually dope. Moving on to our next story. And I feel like this is one that's a long time coming and one that I'm excited to talk about. But Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PC is going to have new PlayStation UI, crossplay, and trophies. This is coming from, was this Bobby himself. The Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut port is coming to PC in May, and Nix's software will add some great stuff to the mix when it launches. As we've previously announced, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PC contains the full game, the Iki Island expansion, and the cooperative online multiplayer Legends mode. Thanks to crossplay support, Legends players on PC, Windows PC can team up with players both on PS4 and PS5, so on and so forth. And of course, this is going to be the first title that's going to have the new PlayStation overlay, which you can see here, including your friends list, trophies, settings, and profiles. The feature will be available on PC and accessible in-game by pressing Shift and F1. And I do believe they also confirmed that it has the same trophy list. So
It
not
does,
separate.
but they didn't really confirm whether it's like, you know how when you play a PS5 version versus a PS4 version,
The trophies pop. Yeah.
and
Right.
one will say PC and one will say not PC, one will say PS4, one will say PS5, and also that the trophies pop. They didn't really confirm whether like
I think they did, and then they say it's like retroactive. So I think if you connect your PSN, right, then pretty much whatever trophies that you already had unlocked. That's what, from my understanding from reading the article.
But are they a separate trophy list? That's what I'm trying to get at.
I don't think so. I don't think so. If you like, say, if you go out on your PlayStation, right? I think I understand what you're trying to say. Like, you go to the trophies. You know how sometimes you play like a PS3 game, a PS4 game, like separates it. I don't think we're gonna have a separation with a separate trophy list that says PC.
Okay.
Oh,
well, at least from my understanding from reading that, I think it's gonna connect with your PS5 one.
So to be like when we turned on Spider-Man Remastered, like automatically I had a platinum within seconds.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
All right, so I'm definitely gonna get a platinum, and that'll be fantastic.
No,
yeah,
this is all I asked for. I've been begging for this for a really long time.
Right.
Do you double dip on PC usually, Kofi, when these hit?
Oh, 100%. Just as much as I love PlayStation, I love PC gaming as much too. You know, I got a pretty fancy rig a little bit with an ultra wide monitor and all that.
Man.
Nice.
Ultra wide too.
Unbelievable.
I love gaming on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Like I truly think when Ghost of Tsushima hits PC, for those people that don't own a PlayStation, this game is going to be all people talk about because how beautiful that is going to look on PC is going to be crazy.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm excited to have this thing on the go on the Steam Deck because seemingly, given the the specs and stuff that they showed off, it should work. I mean, if they got for Horizon Forbidden West running, I'm pretty sure that they can get Ghost of Tsushima running at a decent clip. But what I want to know, and maybe I missed this in the confirmation, do we think they're going to go back to the PlayStation titles that have hit so far, your Horizons, your Spider-Mans? Do you think they're going to go back and add trophy support to that? Or do you think this is the new standard going forward? Because it would be awesome to have it everywhere across all the PlayStation first party. But which way do you think we're going?
They didn't on PS3, so I don't see Sony doing it here.
So
yeah, because on PS3, I think it was Metal Gear did not have it. And then every game after it, I think BioShock was one of the first ones to get it. I can't remember. It was either BioShock or Arkham. I remember having trophy support and being like, what is going on here? So I don't think they will. It doesn't sound like a Sony thing, dude.
It's on brand.
Yeah, it's on brand. Yeah, exactly. I don't think they will. Like, I would hope that they did. So you can go back, because this is really my biggest complaint, or I guess this is my biggest wish when it comes to PlayStation and their whole PC integration. I trophy support was one of the things I've been begging for a long time. But another thing was like what they need to do is cross save as soon as possible. Because I know there's people out there like me who probably have some expansions like Horizon's Forbidden West expansion. I haven't finished the Iki Island DLC expansion too. Wouldn't it have been awesome if now that it's on PC, you could play the expansions on PC as well, because you just never got around to playing them on console, but now you can experience it, because now the way it's set up, right? Yeah, I already got the platinum on Ghost on PS5, right? If I want to continue my playthrough on PC, I would have to play all
from
the game
jump
all over again to get to the expansion. You understand?
But there's no servers for Ghost, right?
I don't think so. I
don't think it matters.
Well, it does, because if you think about it, Witcher, the only example I could think of is The Witcher 3, on how you had to change your save file for when they even brought it on next gen. You had to literally load it to a web page to pull it up onto there, because they had servers. I don't think they can do it unless there's a little bit of that thing that everybody hates, is always being online thing. Unless that's linked to the game, it'd be tough.
But they have an online multiplayer mode, right? And that's what I mean.
Which is one of the most underrated multiplayers.
It's fantastic. But that's what I mean. I would hope, because Kofi, I think that's my one thing that I'm still waiting for. Similarly, is cross save, because as excited as I am for Ghost, having to replay it all from the jump is kind of I'd love to hop in, run around, experience the open world, do some testing, and see how it's running. So I'm hoping that it's in the works. Trophy support was, I think so asked for so long.
Yes.
That now we're finally getting this. And PlayStation's love-hate relationship with PC, seemingly more love now than ever before. I'm hoping they're kind of stepping in that right direction.
I think so.
Is there anything else that we're missing?
Well, I look at one. Thank God it's Nexies. Just have them do every game. Ever since they did Ratchet and Clank, it was all right, we figured it out that these are the guys to do it. My question to you, and this is what I pose: if you do want your cross save, are you okay with and not complaining about always online?
I don't think those two things have to be
I think
inherently
they do.
connected,
I think
though.
they do. I don't see how you do
you
it
know,
because I
we
look
could-
at all
we
the
could take a
Assassin's Creed
look.
games.
We could take a look at the green side of how they do things, right?
Mhm.
You know, on Xbox, right? You could play Forza Horizon, right, on the console. Then you could jump back. I don't know what
But it's
magic
online. That
Xbox
game's
got,
always
but
online.
they just yeah. When you connect, obviously, then you could sync it, but you could still have an offline mode to play your games. I think like you could still do both, right? Because once again, Forza Horizon 4 or 5, whatever iteration you're on right now, as soon as you jump on the PC side of things, and what Microsoft has you do, what PlayStation is about to have you do too, right? You just sign into your Xbox Live account. Now you're about to sign into your PS. Then it literally just syncs up. So I'm pretty sure if Xbox could do that, I know PlayStation can 100% do that. So they gotta figure out a way with the infrastructure with PSN to make that happen. And I think they will. I think this whole PC integration has just been a kind of like, you know, a little bit of a slow burn.
Yeah.
Each year we're seeing more and more them like diving headfirst into like the PC integration. Ever since they put Horizon Zero Dawn on PC, you know, we've just been seeing the strides that they've been doing on PC, and honestly, it's been great. It's been great.
I think, especially because the saves already live online, right?
Yes.
You have them stored in the cloud already. So I feel like there's something on that back end, especially because PSN. I'm sure they're still using similar infrastructure from the PS3 days, which we knew was a dumpster fire. And I'm sure they're trying to fix stuff as they're going, as they're trying to implement more. So I think you're 100% right, Kofi. It's taking a while because I think they're working with a system that they need to update, but I don't see how they do that without completely doing everything all at once.
Well, with that, they have updated a little bit, like that passkey thing. I don't know.
100%. Yeah, that's what I mean.
They are updating the infrastructure on the back end because, like, I don't even know how I even work signing into PSN now without passkey because it's just way much easier. Jesus.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get it. I think we're going to get it. Like once upon a time, we were wishing for the trophy support, and look at it, it's here. You know, people were expecting that PlayStation was gonna like maybe do their own PC launcher, and I'm for them actually doing that, but I'm totally against them removing games off like Epic and Steam. I think that'd be a huge mistake if they went down, because you guys know PC gamers are very particular in where they want to play their games. If it's not GOG or Steam, they'll boycott the game and they're like, well, we don't want to play this. You know what I mean? So I think it's very smart if PlayStation still continues the relationship with Steam and build upon that. If they want to do their own PlayStation launcher as well and have their own special kind of like perks over there to draw people to go over there too, I don't think it's a bad idea, but I think having the option is what's most important. They should have the option.
Well, it could be they could do something like Xbox. I know you can do their launcher, but like everything still populates in Steam.
Exactly.
Which would be perfect. Like if they want to do that, almost do like I think it's like Xbox PC. Like that's pretty much what it's called. And then you get that screen. Like I kind of hope PlayStation does that, where I can pretty much have my PSN account and everything pulled up on my PC anytime I want. Like I would like not just the remote play app. I want a full-blown integration where I could just pretty much open my PS5 on my PC. That would be awesome.
Launch games and stuff like that. Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Rice, let me ask you this then. Is there any PlayStation exclusive? What do you think is next that's going to come to PC? Or what do you want next? Because we've had a pretty good clip between Horizon and the Spider-Mans and now Ghost. Yep. What's next? Look into that crystal ball. What do you think is coming, or what do you want to come?
Oh, what do I want to come? You always hit me with this, bro. My crystal ball clearly can't be loaded within 30 seconds. And
remember, his minute reviews are 30 seconds.
My minute reviews were 30 seconds, bro. Bro. Yeah, I don't know. Come back to me. Come back to me. This is literally what we do all the time.
Kofi, what about you? Anything left that from the catalog you want on?
I'm gonna take out my crystal ball and open up the web browser and look at the NVIDIA GeForce leak. And I think Gran Turismo 7 is rumored. You know,
now that would look unbelievable on ultra wide.
And the pieces are lining up. You know why? Because PlayStation also announced that they're put in PSVR 2 support on PC.
So how about this?
Think about it. It might be, They might be putting GT7 on PC really soon. So I think that
PSVR 2 works on PC now. They just none of us realized
it's just workarounds though, right?
Yeah, no, well,
Yeah.
so that whole thing that they talked about that was going to happen has happened, but there's been no press release because, like, I've seen PC people and like people have read out YouTube videos. PSVR 2 works now with PC. You can get it to work.
I do remember that they removed some of the restrictions. So
Yeah.
I do remember seeing people talk about that. But I think PlayStation is going to officially come out and be like, boom, like, guys, PSVR 2 is working. Pull up Steam. You can Steam VR and it'll be fully integrated.
That would be so cool.
I think that's the next step because, you know, I don't know if any of you guys have like an Oculus or anything, and you guys use it with your PC. Like it just works, you know. And I think without any sort of I got to download this, I got to download that. No workarounds at all. So I think PlayStation is probably working up to that you could just plug in PSVR 2 in the PC and it just works with Steam VR and everything's gravy.
First of all, GT7 is an amazing answer. Do you think that sim racers who are all on a set of Corsetto would switch over or at least give it a shot?
I think GT7 on PC would make a lot of noise in the PC.
Right.
I think that because simulation games in general are just really popular on PC, right? Like you said, Assetto Corsa, we've got Project Cars. There's a whole bunch of other racing games on PC, and they strive as like huge competitive scene for that. And I know GT7 now also has a big competitive scene as well. So I think honestly, it's a perfect marriage. When the game comes over, I'm expecting it to do extremely well on PC. Extremely well.
Yeah. It's also just going to look incredible. Like Cord said, on ultra wide and stuff. My God, is it going to look pretty?
The people with the rigs, like I have a buddy who has a rig and he has a
full car.
Spare bedroom. He has a full car, and he complains how he's always unhooking his PS5. Like people will just get a PC just for that game.
Yeah, I think it would be huge on PC. Huge.
It would do numbers.
Another game, since that one was kind of cheating. Because you know that was on the GeForce leak, so that's kind of cheating. What I personally would love to see come as well is some of the smaller titles that PlayStation got. Like I would like to see, you know, Gravity Rush is one. I would love to see that come on PC. That would be like they did like the Gravity Rush collection. That'd be awesome on PC. I know this is the one that people have been clamoring for too, Bloodborne. But is that ever gonna happen? Who knows? Like I just wanted a 60 frames per second patch. Like, come on, like that's all I really wanted. But
can that be my answer, Matt?
Cool. Yeah, I accept. Okay, I accept.
But yeah, I'm expecting PlayStation to announce some other PC stuff this year as well. You know, I think Ghost is the last one that they have, so we should hear something soon.
I think so. I think they're going to go on PC on a big way. I mean, it's been working for them. So
yeah,
leaving money on the table is not something that Sony ever does.
Exactly.
Let's hop into our next story because coming from VGC, written by Tom Ivan, Rare says Sea of Thieves has reached 40 million players ahead of the PS5 release. Following its original release in 2018, the game is coming to Sony's console this month. The Microsoft-owned studio announced a new player milestone on Wednesday ahead of the launch of Season 12 and the game's PS5 release on April 30th. The pirate-themed co-op multiplayer game was originally released on Xbox One and PC in March 2018, when it became the first exclusive title for Microsoft to launch on Xbox Game Pass day and date with its retail release. By 2020, we had over 15 million people, and now across Xbox, Windows, and Steam, we're at 40 million players. I can only imagine what that number is going to jump to hitting it once it hits on PS5, because there seems to be a lot of excitement. I've never played the game. I've always wanted to. I just, for whatever reason, just never did. Now coming to PS5, I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to hop in. Any big Sea of Thieves fans amongst the three of you?
I played it at launch.
Okay.
And I did not like what I was playing. I did not like what I was playing.
It is totally different. I will say it's totally different.
I heard. I played it at launch. I think I have even a classic live stream. I even brought out the pillow and blanket. I did not enjoy myself playing at launch. I think like some of the first couple of voyages had you like chasing chickens or something weird, but the tech when it came to like the waves and the graphics, I love it. The game artistically, I think that the game is beautiful, but I think the content at launch wasn't it. Since then, they're on like season 7, 8 now, so I'm pretty sure the game is actually a complete game now, and there's a lot of content, and it's probably the best time to jump on. So the fact that PlayStation is getting the game now is great. And you know, even on my podcast, we're all making jokes and just having fun talking about it, saying like, watch the PlayStation like version get like crazy review scores over the like the Xbox version I want. Like,
honestly,
like
I hope
60,
so. Just for chaos. I want it for chaos.
It's like a 60 on Metacritic or a 69 on Metacritic. Watch the PS5 version like have like an 89 or like something crazy. That'd be crazy. But
I could actually see that happen because the game didn't release the best.
Yeah.
I remember when it first came out, I was like, meh. And then when they did what was it, like the Xbox Series X launch, they brought the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I hopped back in and I was like, oh my God, it's like a totally different game now.
Yeah, I believe that. I definitely
like a lot of fun. So I think you could easily see another 5 million player base.
Oh, at least.
5 to 10 million instantly with PS5, considering the amount of people that I'm not talking about, I hate looking at social media as the guideline, because half of us were all going to play it and they were either going to drop in and drop out. I have buddies that have Xboxes and they're like, I can't wait to get trophies on PS5. So they want to just play the PlayStation, 1, to get the trophies, and 2, because I'm not sure whether you can carry over your character, so I won't get into that. I know people are playing it right now on PS5 and I guess the beta, the closed beta, but starting a new character is not that big of a deal. So I think a lot of people want to like start from the beginning and do everything all over again.
Yeah, what I'll say about Sea of Thieves, and I'm no connoisseur of Sea of Thieves.
Yarr.
I'm kind of with Kofi, especially in the beginning stages. But I did hop back into the game with several different groups of people, and I think that's where the strength lies, is that you can hop into the game with anybody, and it's just super duper goofy fun. You know what I mean? And that's part of the appeal. And with the objectives. Being kind of group oriented and being able to share loot and all of those things, that's attractive to a lot of players, and so I totally get it. And will I be on it a lot? Maybe not, but it is something that I'm willing to jump into for a few sessions with some friends. You know what I mean? So that's basically the appeal for me.
So you're just gonna get drunk and throw up on people,
dude?
What about in the game?
I know. I was
beat me to it.
Do that in real life.
Yeah,
Yes.
From what I can see online, you are going to need a Microsoft account when you log into Sea of Thieves. So some people, it does seem like there may be cross progression based on the fact that you have to link it all together.
I would think so. There may be.
I can't find a definitive answer, but speculation seems to be.
If you have to log into that, I don't see how it doesn't, because when you log into Sea of Thieves, because I even jumped in just to see
of Thieves.
If you jump, it automatically, like all your stuff, it's very like, a Ubisoft game where everything just comes when you log in right away. You don't have to press continue. It's just all there. So I would assume if I log in, then I'm getting all my stuff.
Yeah.
Through Ubisoft Connect, right?
Yeah. Well, no, when you're playing on, say I'm playing The Division, another game that I have an obsession with, when they launch something new, The Division 2, Assassin's Creed, because Division 2 doesn't work, but Assassin's Creed Valhalla, when I got it on Xbox Series X, as soon as I turned it on, everything started, all the achievements started popping, and I was literally I didn't have to press continue, I didn't have to transfer anything, it was just there.
Yeah. Right. All right, folks, let's mosey on to some questions, because we have a few to talk about this week. Nagachaka wrote in saying, how hyped are you for trophy support on the PC version of Ghost of Tsushima? Do you think it'll be a separate platinum trophy specifically for the PC version? It'll use cross save and just go towards the PS5 version of the plat trophy. So we already spoke about this at length. I feel like we're all hyped. We can't wait. Cross save probably not, but it is what it is. Lionheart Ash at Lionheart Ash 1 writes in, on the subject of Ghost of Tsushima, do you think there will be a sequel? Do you want one? If so, where do you see them going with it? Carry on with Jin or start a new story? Ghost of Tsushima, in my opinion, was a masterpiece and would be very hard to top. Kofi, what do you? Let's bust that ball back out. What are you seeing for the sequel?
More weapons. Weapons. We need that. I think that was one of my critiques. It's so funny. Every time I critique Ghost, people feel like it's like I'm speaking blasphemous.
Yeah,
like,
you can't do that. That game is perfect.
Like that game is so loved that if you have anything like negative to say about it, or like it's like they could have done this better, like people be jumping at it, they just jump on like crazy. But I really enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima. For the sequel, please let us skip cutscenes. Oh my god, for the second playthrough, that drove me absolutely nuts. It drove me absolutely, for the love of God, please let us skip cutscenes in the sequel of Ghost of Tsushima 2. And also in Ghost 2, multiple weapons, like I said, it would be a great addition, because I personally felt that the game was great, but it was also a very long game, and I felt like I hit the skill ceiling a little too early.
Okay.
You understand? Comparison to a game like Rise of the Ronin, where you have multiple different weapons and it's just more variety, and I feel like there's a higher level of mastery in that game versus Ghost, where Ghost is a 50-hour game, but you feel like 10 hours in, you got the different stances, and you pretty much feel like a badass, and you could just run through the game. I would like to see them raise the skill ceiling in the sequel. Personally, I think it would make the game much more.
Some of us are very bad at video games, so we were not good at 10 hours. Just saying.
As long as it's still a story mode, Court, then it's good.
100%.
Exactly.
I think that having different weapons and different ways to augment the systems would be really cool, because one of his questions was, where do we see things going in a sequel? I looked this up. Ghost of Tsushima takes place in 1274, right? The Mongols invade, and again, historically, in 1281. So that seems like a really natural, story progression. And what I would love to see actually is a new character in the 1281 invasion. Yeah. Give me a new character, and then you hear these legends of Jin, this Ronin warrior that's out there in the darkness, and then I want him to show up, or maybe become playable later on. But I think grounding it in a new character would help it feel a little bit different, because if it is Jin going up against the Mongols again on the same map, I feel like you're going to start to run into a little bit too much of a similarity. I would love to see them start with a new character, build this legend of the Ghost as you're dealing with the second invasion. I think there could be a really cool way to kind of make it feel new in a potential sequel. You can also have them specialize in different weapons, right? There's a reason that you can build that off of. I would love to see them go in that direction for a sequel. But Rice, where are you at on a Ghost?
Yeah, while I would lean towards Ghost being kind of a masterpiece and not needing that, I would welcome a sequel very, very easily. And to your points, like, that would be great if we had more weapons. That's what I also loved about Rise of the Ronin, is the variety of approaches you could take in combat. And yeah, maybe even there's opportunity for like Jin to play more of a mentor role.
I mean, beyond it.
Cool idea.
Yeah, because this story that we experienced was very heavily about ideals and having to shatter that due to a state of survival. And so what would that look like in this next invasion of the Mongols? So yeah, that's where I would go.
Court, what do you think? Do you think we stay on Tsushima, or do you think we go to Japan, like mainland Japan? Where do you think they're going with the sequel?
I think they're going to leave. They're going to leave Tsushima, but I don't think they would do it right away. I also think that they will stick with Jin, and I hate to say it because it's a Sony game, but I think they probably kill him off like halfway through the game. Like, it's just, I just feel like that's something Sony would do just to piss people off, but at the same time be in the spotlight. I would like more traversal out of it as well. Like, as much as like I want new weapons, I thought the grappling hook was very cool. I actually like the traversal more in Ghost of Tsushima compared to Rise of Ronin. I know I shouldn't compare the two games, but it's hard not to, considering how many games we've ever had in this setting. They're the two that I know that were done.
A lot of similarities. Yeah.
I would like more traversal out of it, because after having in Rise of the Ronin, having the glider, I'm like, all right, like, I need that in Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
I thought that too. I thought that too. Yeah.
And I need more with the grappling hook, because I think the stealth combat in Ghost of Tsushima is some of the best Assassin's Creed combat I've ever played in a video game. It's I joke about this all the time. Ghost of Tsushima is the best Assassin's Creed game ever made. Like, it's what it is.
Accurate. That's pretty accurate.
So I want more traversal, and I want more stealth, more like, I want Jin to be a crazy man. Like, I am cutthroat. I want it to be a little bit more violent. Like, I truly do want a little bit more violent, more what we got out of Rise of the Ronin with that violence that I wasn't expecting. And then I'm like, wow, I want more of more stake on the line for Jin, and him to be a little bit more vicious and be more, I want to be more violent, like almost like Quentin Tarantino's directing this thing.
Yeah, I think a sequel is locked. I'd be shocked. I mean, we probably kind of know that one's coming because LinkedIn leaks and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's a lock.
No,
But
it's not leaks. LinkedIn is not a leak. That's
No.
just people posted it on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
and the game sold like 15 million copies. That's a dead giveaway too. You know?
And we all talk about it, how it's probably one of the best games in the last 10 years that Sony's ever brought out, new IP wise.
Yeah,
new IP. Yeah.
I think a sequel is in a lock. Let me ask you this, Kofi, before we move on to this question. Do you think in this rumored May, early June showcase state of play, Jaloon, that was a word. Do you think we see the sequel?
I think so. I think it's about time. I've always predicted that this year's PlayStation setup year. I just feel it. I feel like their showcase is gonna go absolutely crazy this year, because I know a lot of PlayStation fans' criticisms is like for the past couple of months has been like, yo, what's PlayStation's roadmap looking like? What's it looking like? It's kind of quiet, you know? And usually PlayStation announces games a year, 2 years, 3 years ahead. So I think this is the year that they set up from what's coming out 2025, 2026, and beyond. So I think I fully prepare to see. I fully think we're gonna see Ghost of Tsushima 2, the sequel, as well as a lot of other big games coming from PlayStation for the next coming years.
That would make me very, very happy. Let's close out with our final question coming from Edward Varnell from the Boss Rush Network at That Retro Code. Do you think Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2's success should have made Little Big Planet and Dream successful in their own right? Do you think those games don't showcase a creative community that PlayStation probably does have? I think this is an interesting question.
That's an interesting question. But if you guys ask me, I don't know, you guys might say this is crazy too, but I absolutely hate Little Big Planet. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely. And the reason why I hate it, because I think it has some of the worst platforming personally I've played. I grew up playing like Mario games and like real platformers. The platforming is just so floaty. I like the creative aspect of Little Big Planet. I think what they got going on there is really cool, some really cool stuff. But just the way the game controls is just not my favorite personally. You know, I like games like Celeste. I like games that are more like they're more sharp, like when it comes to their platform, and more like. I like that. I
think they had no choice though, because of the creatability aspect. Like for me, Little Big Planet 3 didn't hit, and I like Little Big Planet. I jumped into Dreams when it was finally on PS Plus, and I still to this day don't understand why it took so dang long to put it on that service. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, should have launched there.
Yeah, it should have been exactly. That should have been a launch there. The thing I liked about Little Big Planet 2 was like someone redid Castlevania, someone could redo all these games. That makes it, and I get it with the platforming, because as someone who grew up on the NES generation, like that's all the games were. Everything was a platform. So I get it. I think the reason it's floaty, and I'm not giving any excuses, is just I think it's because they want to make it so like anybody can make a level on it. Like the thing that is awesome about Little Big Planet, it would be the perfect free-to-play game and buying skins. Like it's literally, I don't understand why they haven't done it. I don't see how you could have everybody, you can create as many levels as you want, but if you want like the God of War skin or you want this, you got to pay for it.
Cosmetics, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's almost like set up, but for some reason, Media Molecule, they let them do Dreams. And unfortunately, I think they should have stuck with the Little Big Planet, and they didn't. It is what it is at this point.
See, the thing for me is that I genuinely think, like, I'm like you, Kofi. I was never huge on the original Little Big Planets. I tried every single time to get into it and never made it more than a handful of hours in. Sackboy, on the other hand, I think is the best Little Big Planet game. It's straight up the creativity, the co-op nature, like the music levels. I think there's so much in Sackboy that was just brilliant. And like, you know, my wife, you know, will play games with me occasionally, but we were both like zoned in on that game. So I think there is room here to build out a Little Big Planet Maker, like you said, Court, make it free to play, and then have like a $2 God of War pack that not necessarily is only skins, because I think we're going to go too far in a direction that people will get upset about. Make it, you know, level themes.
No one gets upset on the internet about things that other
no, of course not.
But when they do it, another thing to get mad about it.
No, of course not. I think there is something there, because I think as incredible as Dreams is as a platform, I think they went too far. I think that Dreams specifically is something that a handful of people would get really, really invested in and make amazing stuff. I got it on launch and I hopped in and there was some incredible stuff that people made. But for the life of me, you could never catch me trying to make anything in that thing because I'm not built like that. I can't do it. So I feel like there's a area here that they could hit. What I think now, though, is that I think Little Big Planet, and especially because I don't know how Sackboy did sales-wise, I think whatever platforming we would have gotten there, I think it's just moved on to Astrobot. Like, I think that's going to be their new platforming pillar moving forward. They've seen the success on VR. They've seen the success with the launch title on PS5. I think that's where they're going to ground whatever creativity may follow. I just don't know if they're ever going to bring Little Big Planet back in any proper way. I just don't know if they see a reason to it.
Yeah. Just to echo like what you guys were saying about Little Big Planet and its floatiness too, the physics, like that matters to a lot of people. And you can actually see the stark differences between Court and KOFI there, because Court is an easy mode stand, you know, and
all
like
long.
For you know, and that's fine. And KOFI
I like playing games hard.
I was gonna say like that difficulty level, you know, to be able to have that finger dexterity, there's a challenge to it. So I totally get that. Now, in terms of the kind of creativity aspect and, you know, whether or not you know, Little Big Planet could even rival Mario Maker, I think that kind of speaks for itself. We said it in all of like we played Mario growing up, so there's a little bit of prestige that Little Big Planet like has to compete with there in terms of what platforming is and means for people, especially in this age bracket, and who cares about it. So that's a tough go for Little Big Planet, regardless of whether or not we like it, just because of Mario's prestige.
1.5 million, Matt. Not good.
It's not bad, but is it enough for them to sink into more when they have Astrobot coming?
Astrobot way better.
That's my major question, because I think this next Astrobot, I think that's what we're really going to see. I think it's going to be fantastic, but I'm curious to see what those sales look like, because they have a built-in audience for the PS5 now, especially with the demo that hit. I'm curious to see how far they can go with it, because the creativity on display with those games is next level.
Yeah, and just to add too is I think that's what PlayStation has kind of been missing. Those smaller kind of AA games, and I think, you know, with the conversation of game development, you know, skyrocketing, and it's really expensive to make games, I think these smaller creative type of games could find a audience, and I'm really looking forward to and hoping PlayStation is making an Astrobot, because like all y'all, I really enjoyed the Pac-In game. I thought it was just so creative. I thought it told a pretty cool, like it showcased the legacy of PlayStation extremely well, with all the collectibles and stuff. I thought it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. So if they can do that on a little bit of a bigger scale, like a AA scale, I'm all for that.
It was the best Pac-In game since Super Mario World on the SNES.
Yeah, it was a great Pac-In game.
Yeah,
maybe I might have to disagree, because Wii Sports was a Pac-In game.
Yeah,
that
but
was legendary. That was pretty legendary too. I can't lie.
Y'all gonna start a debate this late into the podcast,
bro? I could see both sides of the argument here, because I think Wii Sports was like the zeitgeist. But I think Astrobot probably a better game. It just depends on which one we're looking at.
Super Mario World's number one. Let's all be real here.
I don't know. The PSVR demo disc might have it beat, dude. I might have to tell you. That brings us to the end of the show, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching. KOFI, once again, it has been an absolute pleasure having you hang out with us. I hope you join us again in the future. Where again can people find you if they wanted to see more of you?
It's just type Good Game KOFI, press start KOFI. You'll probably see my channel pop up in there. So I appreciate you guys having me. It's always a pleasure. Make sure I'm gonna follow every single one of you guys. If you guys want to ever have me on again, just let me know. I'll
Done.
Hell yeah.
100%.
You might regret saying that. Just gonna let you know.
I'll definitely
Let's have a real debate next time.
Just get ready. Thanks, man. Court, what about you, my friend? Where can people find you?
You can find me every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. on Three Dads and a Console, or you can find me on Console Creatures. You can find me on the Stellar Blade review that'll be dropping on Wednesday for Console Creatures, and you can find me on any social media platform at Court Lalonde.
Rice, my friend?
Yes, sir. I am on Rice Boy with 3 Ys TV on Twitch every Thursday evening EST, and you can find me on Rice Boy TV on all socials as well.
Make sure you
like
go
a t-shirt.
We do.
I
You just need like boy with like Y, like the Y's just go all the way around.
No,
Yeah.
do like the late 90s like hip hop style haircut with like and just
high
put
top?
yourself on the thing
The
with
high
the boy right across.
Make sure you go follow all three incredible creators. You can find me at Matt_Silver Soul and of course at Console Creatures and But Why Though. Those Stellar Blade reviews are hitting here on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Go check out Kofi's. Go check out Courts. Check mine out. Check all of them. There's
Matt,
so much
ours
to
is
check.
together.
I know, but aren't you doing one for 3 Dads?
Yeah, no, I am.
There you go.
I have a feeling that our opinions are going to be very different. I'm gonna have to pull up on you guys soon so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If you want, you can come back for when we do the episode. It's the Monday. I guess that's
Next week, bro.
Next week. Oh wow, yeah.
I might have to one day,
because our review on Console Creatures, which will be launching on Wednesday, I was shocked. Almost all of us had a different opinion of the game.
Yeah,
it was we agreed on parts. We agreed on a lot, but there were some parts where
don't get us started on anime and Dragon Ball Fighters, bro. Like,
I'll just walk away from that conversation. That's happened to me.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we can go all day on Dragon Ball. Don't you worry.
Oh man, I love Dragon Ball. I can talk about Dragon Ball all day.
100%. But we'll save that for next time, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Peace.